Podcast. I'm your host, Taylor Ware, coming at you again on Monday. And today we're going to talk about this no range, no change concept that kids joke about all the time in basketball, referring quite literally to the range that you shoot it with. And as I was thinking about it, I posted something this morning, and I had another concept ready to roll for the podcast, but I started to really think about how I could relate that statement and that phrase back to the real world, and thought of a whole new different podcast. So decided to record something completely new. Again, I like to keep things fresh, whatever's on the top of my mind, to relay that message to all of you and hopefully give you some things that you can really think about to change, the way that you operate, continue to help you stay motivated, and those sorts of things. Before we get into it, this week we're going to be launching sort of a holiday program. Basically, I'm revamping everything that I'm doing from a workout exercise perspective, trying to kind of change some things with my body, test some different things out. So I'm starting that this week. I'm going to launch it for all of you next week on Monday. So basically, I'm going to allow you to kind of see everything. I'm opening up everything that I do from an exercise plan, workout plan perspective, as well as, kind of what I'm eating, what my nutrition looks like, so that you have a little bit of a structure to look at and potentially follow, especially this time of year around the holidays when it's really easy to slack off, put on a few LBs from the holiday weight, both Thanksgiving, Christmas, and everything in between. So I'm kind of opening that up to show you how I continue to stay in shape even during this time of year where it's really easy to put on a little bit of weight. So you're going to be able to click the link on our YouTube page. There's going to be stuff all over Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and we'll have more information for you on that. So getting right back to what we want to talk about today, this no range, no change concept. And again, in basketball, the way that kids joke about it all the time, and the way that I always was raised, or at least the way when I played that everybody talked about it was, you get your change back if you make jump shots continuously like in a warm-up setting. People always said, no range, no change. If you don't shoot it from far enough back, you can't get the ball back. So if you shoot a layup, they're not going to give you the ball back so you can shoot it again. That's strictly the basketball concept. And again, as I was posting today, that was my thought. It was a video of me shooting jump shots further and further back behind the three-point line, and that's where the joke kind of comes in sometimes. Is people start launching it from deep, and they say no range, no change. So the way that I thought about it was this: you have a vast range of skills. Most people do. They have a vast range of abilities and even ability levels. Your range of skills can continue to be developed, just like we talk about your potential can continue to be developed. Your ceiling, you can raise your ceiling higher and higher. I'm a firm believer in all those sorts of things. So when I thought about that, your true range as an individual, or even as a company, as a team, as a group, is the ability that you have to perform. That range of skills, the broader your range of skills in a lot of different things, probably the more valuable you're going to be. Or, the higher the range of this specific skill for you, the better you're going to be at that specific skill. So when you look at no range, no change, I guess I look at it as this way. For me personally, I'm always trying to broaden my range of skills from a coaching perspective, from a training perspective for the athletes that I work with. And again, now that we're doing some business consulting on the social media side of things, how can I broaden my range of abilities? How can I get better at, Instagram marketing, Facebook marketing, Twitter, Pinterest, all the different things, maybe some I know more about than others. How can I broaden that range? How can I broaden my range as a coach of being able to motivate athletes better, of having better offensive and defensive concepts? How can I support the head coach better? How can I do all these sorts of things to broaden my range of skills as a coach? And then as a trainer, how can I give better drills to my athletes? How can I make them buy into the drills better? How can I expose them to concepts that are going to translate to the game? How can I watch a game that an athlete plays in on film and look at it and figure out how they can work better within their offense on their respective team? Or how can they defend better? Or, all those sorts of things, again, is a broad range of skills, of knowledge base, of all those sorts of things. And then again, even on the backside, running a business, how can I broaden my range of being able to, better plan and budget for next year, 2018, or the next quarter? How can I be better at marketing, getting our programs out to people? How can I do all those sorts of things? And again, for you, it may be in your job, it may be running your business, it may be as an athlete trying to figure out how you can broaden your quite literal range of skills in whatever sport you're doing. As a parent, it could be, how can I be a better parent? How can I broaden the different things that I can give to my athlete or give to my kid? I guess the way that I'm now looking at it is this. If you're not continually working on your range of skills, if you're not continuing to try to build on your skill set, there will be no change. There quite literally will be no change in your life. I think we're all looking for a positive change or a positive way to impact the people around us, the communities that we're in. And if we don't change, if we don't broaden again our range of skills, our range of abilities, we won't see a positive change. In the same sense, we may not make, quite literal like money change. If you don't continue to expand what you're doing, you don't continue to develop, continue to improve, you're probably going to be stuck in the same job that you're in. You're not going to get promoted. You're not going to have other opportunities that come up. And again, you quite literally won't make any extra change. You won't change your income. You won't make more money. You won't be able to provide more to your family, to your friends, to your significant other, husband, wife, whatever it may be. So I think I'm starting to think about things a little bit differently again now that I'm in front of a lot of different athletes. I'm in front of a lot of different people in the business world. And I think a little bit more analytically, even on like strict statements like that. So that's something that I've always joked about as a basketball player. I've kind of joked about it as a coach and a trainer, and kids continue to joke about that on a daily basis in the basketball world. I think it's a powerful statement. Again, I always use the word powerful because all of these things that we bring together are powerful when you really think about it. They can be powerful for your life. They can make powerful changes for you or allow you to make powerful changes in the things that you do. That's really the goal of what we try to talk about every week here. I want to give all of you different ways to look at your life, different ways to look at what you're trying to do, the different goals that you're trying to accomplish. How can I look at things in a different way, improve upon myself, and continue to build up the positive things that I have going on in my life and continue to make those things better? So on this Monday, think about that statement. How can you broaden your range of abilities? How can you broaden your range of skills? How can you expand on what you currently do really well? How can you expand and get better as an individual, as an employee, as a player, as a coach, a parent, a mentor? Again, whatever your role is, it can be, you can talk about this in a lot of different roles, a lot of different realms of life, just like most of the things that we talk about. But again, I want you to think about that. If you can't expand your skill set, if you can't expand yourself, if you can't continue to improve and develop, you won't have a ton of positive change in your life. But if you can commit to that, if this Monday, the start of your week, you can commit to broadening your skill set, working at a little bit of a higher level than you did last week or yesterday, improving the relationships that you have. Go out and meet a few more people this week. Go shake a few more hands. Build those relationships that are going to be really important. Expand your network. That's another way to look at it. How can you expand your network? How can you expand your range of relationships to continue to build on a really solid foundation and have a lot of different people in a lot of different industries that you know to create more opportunity for yourself, your business, your team? I think that that's a really important way to look at it. If you can't expand on anything, if you can't expand on, again, skills, if you can't expand on your network, your knowledge base, there won't be a ton of change. Find out how you can make more positive changes in your life and in the lives of those around you. Work on those different things every single day. Expand what you're doing. No range, no change. Think about that this week. If I can't expand my range, there will be no change. I want to see everybody change in a positive way. I want to see everybody be excited about the changes that are happening, about how you can expand your range. Be excited about improvement. The more you can be excited about your development and your improvement, the more tasks become important to you rather than something that you just have to do. I was listening to something a little bit earlier about like training teams within a business, how, everybody whines and complains about, I have to watch these training videos and figure out how to do this and that. And then managers kind of complain because their, team is complaining about those training videos. But those are all really important. If you can look at those sorts of things as something that's necessary for your development and something that's going to really make you better You'll have a different mindset about it. Instead of looking at the 100 cold calls that you have to make today as a task, as something that's annoying, as something that you just have to get through, look at it as all 100 are going to get you closer to your next big deal. I always looked at, when I was in my sales roles, when I would make cold calls, I loved getting no's. Most people don't. Like, people hung up on me. I looked at that as great. That's one more off my list. I'm getting closer to the next yes. I'm getting closer to that next meeting. That's another way to, again, expand your outlook. Another way to expand things is expand your outlook. Broaden your outlook on things. Make it more positive. The more you can make things positive and make things competitive, the better off you're going to be. Make everything a little competition amongst yourself. How can I improve and get better from this required task that I have? Don't treat it as something that you just have to do. Treat it as a way to get better. And for all the athletes out there, same thing. Basketball is in full swing right now. Every day that you go to practice is an opportunity to get better. I always say, there are a lot of things I would have done differently as a player. One thing that I can't get back is the ability to go play in games or go to practice every day. Sometimes you got into the swing of things and you knew you were going to have hard practices. You dreaded going because of that. I would do about anything to go back and have one more practice or play in one more game. Once it's taken away from you, it gives you a different outlook on it. So athletes, look at every workout, every practice, no matter how hard it's going to be, as an opportunity to expand your skills, to broaden your range, to get better. Everybody's got to get better. If you commit to getting better every day, it can be something small, something big. Incrementally get better. We talked about that 1% improvement. Get a little bit better every day. Get 1% better than you were yesterday. Seems pretty feasible. Improve every single day. Don't take steps back. Don't stay in the same spot, because that's just as bad as taking steps back. Improve every single day. Find a way to improve every single day. Expand and broaden your range so that you can have more positive change in your life.